So Lotti and I have arrived in Hanoi, Vietnam, and now we're looking for food because we are both absolutely starving. We have managed to find some food, thankfully, because it's been a long ass day. Okay, we're both feeling a lot better thanks to that food, and now we are gonna go and look for a drink. Breakfast this morning is a breakfast buffet from our hostel, which is very nice. This is called a banh mi, and I got the one with everything in it. Looks pretty good. Yeah, good though. So, some observations about Vietnam and Hanoi after being here for less than 24 hours are the food is absolutely fantastic. I mean, the whole of Southeast Asia, or all the countries I've been to, the food's been incredible and I absolutely love it, and I'm eating a lot of it. Then in Hanoi, the traffic is honestly insane. There's so many cars and thousands of motorbikes all doing their own thing. You can't even walk on the sidewalk because there's like bikes and restaurant chairs and everything. It's so you're walking on the road, and crossing a road is insane because no one stops at a pedestrian crossing. Kind of have to just walk and like weave your way between the traffic as it's driving. So it's been quite an experience and it's quite overwhelming, but I really like Hanoi. I like it more than Bangkok because, I don't know, it's just got a nicer vibe than Bangkok. It's still crazy and hectic like Bangkok was, but it's just a really sweet place and a cool city, and it's got so much character. That evening, Lotti and I were picked up by a bus and taken to a little town called Hoi An, where for the next 4 days and 3 nights we rode motorcycles through the hills of northern Vietnam, just below the border of China. I've turned that into its own separate video, so if you want to check that out, it's linked below in the description. But now the loop's done, and Lotti and I have just arrived in the sweetest little town called Ninh Binh. So Lotti and I have arrived in this very sweet little village in Vietnam called Ninh Binh. So the food has arrived, and I have the Vietnamese bún chả, which became famous when Barack Obama and Anthony Bourdain ate it together in Hanoi. The next morning, Lotti and I decided to rent some bicycles and explore the local temples around Ninh Binh. Unlike the bigger cities, these temples felt like they'd become a part of the nature and the mountains that surrounded them. After lunch, we are going to a little hike to a viewpoint to see if we can watch the sunset. Well, not immediately after lunch, but you know what I mean. So we were gonna hike up right over there and watch the sunset. However, we got there a little bit late, so we're gonna do it tomorrow instead. Now we're just sitting on a slightly dry rice paddy field and having a beer. So today is our final day in Ninh Binh. Lotti and I are packing up, and then we're going to do a little more exploring around. We're going to go on a little boat tour and probably that hike that I was talking about yesterday. And then we're catching a bus over to Hoi An, which is in central Vietnam on the coast. And apparently it's been raining a lot and typhoons and whatnot. So we'll see what the city looks like once we get there. So apparently it's 4 people on a boat instead of 2. So this is kind of interesting. And interesting it was indeed. I think Lotti and I, in the background of at least 1,000 selfies this couple was taking, and the TikToks they were making, and Instagram stories they were creating. So the boat tour is done, and now we're gonna hike up Dragon Hill and see if we can watch the sunset with literally like 1,000 other people. Woo! So we've arrived in Hoi An, right? And I must say it's been a little overwhelming. Like all of a sudden we arrive and we get to our hostel, and the lady who runs the hostel sits us down, gives us tea and a banana, and tells us all about the things we should do and not do, and that she's our mom and gonna take care of us and gonna take us on a food walk. And then she said we must go here and go there, and it's like wow, like she's incredibly sweet, but it's like I just wanna put my bags down and have a shower, you know. But now we're getting some breakfast because we're both pretty hungry after quite a long bus ride. So we've woken up to torrential rain in Hoi An. So we're thinking that, I mean, you can hear it out here. We're thinking that today might be a bit of an indoor day where we go and find a coffee shop or something, do some work, take it easy, and just chill a little bit. So unfortunately, Lotte isn't feeling 100%. So I'm gonna go to a coffee shop and do some work for a little bit. And then later we are going to go to a cooking class, which is highly recommended. so that should be very interesting. So I was just finishing up at the coffee shop that I was sitting at, and the owner came over to me and he gave me this. He drew me while I was working. How cool is that? That's fantastic. That afternoon, it was time for our cooking class, which started in a market where we hand-picked all the fresh ingredients we were going to use during the course. To our surprise, our next stop was not, in fact, the kitchens, but was a floating coconut boat tour. At this point, Lotti and I were pretty comfortable to just go along with any of the random things that happened along our journey. So we sat back and enjoyed the show, which for some reason ended with us having to fish for crabs. But anyway, let's get cooking. So unfortunately my camera died, but we did make and eat the pho, the beef soup, which was super tasty as well. The whole experience was amazing. I really enjoyed that cooking class, and we got to try a lot of the traditional foods and learn how to make them. And then we also got a recipe book so we can make them when we back at home, which I will definitely be attempting at some point. But for now, this is our last night in Hoi An. We are in Hoi An, hey?
Yes.
Sometimes I get a little confused on where we are and what day it is and what time it is and all of that. But last night in Hoi An. Tomorrow we are taking the bus to Ho Chi Minh City for our last 2 nights in Vietnam. So good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye. So breakfast is done, and now it's back to packing. All right, we're all packed up, and now we're just gonna head down to the old town, spend the morning there wandering about again. So Lottie's just gone to do her nails because apparently it's very cheap and nice here. All right, let's see. Damn, that's so cool. What are they called?
French tips.
French tips, great. So Lottie and I have made it to Ho Chi Minh City in the south of Vietnam, and unfortunately, I'm feeling a little under the weather, a little bit congested, but otherwise we both just pretty tired. It's been a lot of go, and so we're just going to take it easy over the next 2 days while we're here, and then we off to our next country where we can just relax for a while, which is what we're looking forward to, and regenerate a bit. But right now we're getting some lunch, we've had some coffee, and then we're just going to go to the hostel and check in and shower, and then have a slow afternoon, evening.
So we just had a little drink, and now we're going to walk over to Book Street and then go to the Saigon Central Post Office, the Notre Dame Cathedral, and the War Remnants Museum. So that is the Notre Dame Cathedral. Unfortunately, it is under construction, so you don't get the full effect per se. I must say that War Museum was pretty damn intense. It was like insane and powerful and like quite eye-opening in terms of what some people can do to other people, you know. But anyway, we've had some lunch now and I'm gonna just have a slow afternoon. I'm still not feeling 100%, so I'm gonna take it easy. But it is 20 to 5, so slow evening rather. But yeah, I'm glad we went to the museum though. It was very educational. Good morning. Today is another travel day. Yesterday evening, we just had a very chill evening. I wasn't feeling so great. I'm feeling a lot better today. Still not 100%, but on the mend for sure. And today we are heading to the airport. So let's get packed up. So Lotti and I, we both really enjoy going to the gym. And unfortunately, because of our travels, we haven't been able to have a proper gym session in like 2 months. So we decided to treat ourselves to a little gym session today before we get a grab to the airport. Alright, gym is done. That was honestly so nice to be back in the gym and do a little bit of working out. But now we've got some food, of course. What else would we be doing? Here we go, Lottie got a nice smoothie bowl and some drink, and we are gonna demolish this. It's time to go and get on the bus and, well, no, we get on a plane. Get on the plane and head to our next country. This has been fabulous. Vietnam has been insane. We've had so many amazing experiences and made some awesome friends and met some really cool people. But for now, it's goodbye, and I'll see you all in the next one.